Welcome to Chess 101. This is where it all begins for you. The first thing you need to learn in a game of chess is how to set up the chessboard. So when you play a game online, the chessboard becomes preset for you. That's great, but the first time you play over the board, you're going to need to know this. When you look at the chessboard, position it so when you're sitting in front of it, there's a white square in the bottom right. So white on the right. And if your opponent is sitting on the opposite side of the board, they're also going to have a white square in their bottom corner from their perspective. So white on the right. Remember that. Now to the point of the video. How do kings move in chess? The game starts and ends with the king. This is where the kings start at the beginning of a chess game. How do you remember that? The king, center of the attention, star of the show, is in the center of the row, the starting row of all your pieces. Which of the two squares does the king sit on in the beginning? It's the square that's the color opposite of the king. So you see the white king is going to sit on the dark square in the center. The black king is going to sit, the black king is going to sit on the white square in the center of the board. All right, there we go. How does a king move? A king moves in one square in any direction. So from this square, from E3, this king in one move, if it's white's turn to play, could make 8 potential moves. Could move anywhere here. Simple as that. That's how a king moves. The only other trick is castling, but that's a few lessons away. We'll get there a bit later. Now, one thing to keep in mind is the king is the star of the show. The goal of chess is to checkmate the enemy's king. What does checkmating mean? So in chess, you can either attack a piece or check a piece. You can attack any piece. A king can attack a piece. Say there was a black's pawn right here, right? This king, this king would be attacking this pawn, right? So if it was white's move, white could move over here and grab that pawn. Simple as that. Now, let's say it's white's move to play here. Black's rook, you'll learn later that rooks attack basically horizontally and vertically. So this rook right now, its eye is attacking all of these squares simultaneously, and the king is in the line of sight, right? So the king is being checked right now. So the king will have to move out of check. When a king is being checked, it either has to move out of the check on its next move, or have one of its pieces come in and block the check. So in this position, if it's white to move, white is in check. White can either move to any of these 3 squares, any of these 2 squares, because white will be out of check. But there's another move white can make. White can move this bishop right here. This bishop right here can move 1 square diagonally down to block the check. That's also legal. So that's the importance of checks, that they compel an action from your enemy. Now, like I was saying before, kings can attack pieces, but kings cannot check pieces. And when I say check pieces, they cannot check kings. The kings cannot check other kings because the only piece that can be checked is a king. Hope you're following me here, right? So right here, say it's white's turn to move. White cannot move here or here because doing so would be then attacking the enemy's king or checking the enemy king, which is illegal. So these 2 squares are off limits from white. This comes in very valuable in the end of a game of chess when it's just the king and a few other pieces left on the board. Your king can kind of act like a barrier to your enemy's king. You know, you can think about it like, the kings on both sides of the board have a little bit of a gentleman's agreement. You know, they'll let their armies do the battling, but they themselves, when they see each other on the field of battle, they'll just give each other a knowing nod and let everybody else shed the blood. So I think that about covers it. Let me check my handy dandy notes here. Is there anything else I want to tell you guys today? No, we're going to leave it there. Hope you found this video useful. Next up in Chess 101, we're going to cover how pawns move. Let me know if you like this. It's not for everybody. It's strictly for base beginners, but there's more to come. Enjoy yourselves and be kind to one another. Take care today.